morning, I am Ansmale Sonyasi, and this is QTV News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Here are the main news headlines. President Barrow today announced his new cabinet following a reshuffle. The champions and runners-up of the recently concluded national chronic competition, organized and sponsored by QCell, speak to QTV about their educational and career ambitions. And the Independent Electoral Commission has released the names of 14 candidates who will be contesting the upcoming by-elections in Brikama and Kanifing administrative areas. The National Center for Arts and Culture has signed a $4 million contract with Turekunda Construction for the rehabilitation and conservation of the Mongo Park Memorial Obelisk in Karantaba. And in international news, we look at how various countries uniquely celebrated Eid al-Fitr 2022 after fasting for a month. Stay tuned for more details. Welcome back, and now we take a look at the news in detail. President Barrow has today announced a reshuffled cabinet, which, among other appointments, sees the appointment of a new vice president and the splitting of the information ministry into two separate ministries. More in this report.
President Adama Barrow has today announced a reshuffled cabinet, which, among other appointments, sees the appointment of a new vice president and the splitting of the information ministry into two separate ministries. In the new cabinet, Ali Badara Joof, formerly the higher education minister, becomes the new vice president. Sidi Keta, previously the trade minister, replaces Mamburi Njai as finance minister. Musa Drame, the erstwhile minister of lands, moves to the fisheries ministry, replacing James Games. At the Ministry of Defense, Serin Modunjai replaces Sheikh Omar Faye. At the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Demba Sabali replaces Ami Fabure. Rohit John Manjang, formerly the governor of Lower River Region, becomes the Minister of Forestry, Environment, Climate Change and Natural Resources, replacing Lamin Diba. Another former governor, Abasanyang, who was governor of the Central River Region, replaces Musa Drame as the Minister of Lands. At the Minister of Petroleum, Abdullah Job replaces Fafa Sanyang. At the newly separated Information Ministry, Lamin Queen Jame becomes the Minister of Information and Communication Infrastructure. Ibrahim Silla, previously the Information Minister, becomes the new Minister of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, replacing Bai Lamin Job. Siaka Sonko replaces Yankuba J.N. Sonko as the Minister of the Interior. Salimata Toure is the new Secretary General and the head of the Civil Service. Motke Sise is the new Chief of Staff. The new Ministry of the Civil Service is to be headed by Babukar Usman Joof. The unchanged ministries are Health, Basic Education, Tourism, Gender and Children's Affairs, and Youth and Sports. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Well, congratulations to the newly appointed ministers. Now, the champions and runners-up of the recently concluded National Chronic Competition, organized and sponsored by QCell, speak to QTV about their academic progress and ambitions from Islamic to Western education systems. Mahmoud Lamin Choi again.
The National Quranic Competition, organized and sponsored by the Q Group's QCell, has brought to the limelight these youngsters whose memorization and recitation of the Holy Quran captured the imagination and admiration of many. They all share something in common, a love for knowledge without limitations. In the full Quran category, Muhammad Mamun Job and Abdullah Njai emerged champion and runner-up respectively in the second edition of the National Quranic Competition at Q City. Both have memorized the Quran. After doing so, Muhammad and Abdullah joined and completed Arabic school in grade 12 and are now in the Western education system in grade 10. While Abdullah wants to study medicine and Islamic law, Muhammad plans to pursue a career in Quranic recitation and business administration.
loolu moom lu ma si yóbbee rek mooy ne jël suma réew yóbbu ko foo xam ne bët yeggut fa foofu laa bëgg a yeggee sama réew te nekk réew.
My intention is to represent my country where no one has ever seen us reach before. That is where I want to take the name of my country, the Gambia. I am prepared to do this by bracing up for it, working hard and avoiding certain things, and concentrate on my education. I pray for Allah's support for me to succeed in this ambition.
dañ koy faral di taxale waaye daanaka benn parce que sa àddina bi fii nii foofu lañ mën a liggéey àllaaxira.
It is usually separated, but both are nearly the same, because it is in this world that we can work to prepare for the hereafter. We have seen that doing Western education is a necessity in this world. It will help us to be part of the movers and shakers of things. By combining Islamic and Western education, what you can do is more than when you have knowledge in only one. The participation of girls in the National Quranic competition has also mirrored an increase in the number of female students excelling in learning and recitation of the Holy Quran. Aisa Yorosow and Hawa Sise are the winner and runner of the half Quran category of the Quranic competition. Aisa memorized the Quran in 2017 and is now in grade 11 at an Arabic school. Upon completion, she wants to join an English school and an Arabic university. The runner-up, Hawa Sise, started off her academic journey in the Western education system, but successfully appealed to her father to switch to an Arabic school to memorize the Quran. Journalism is her career ambition.
Palana bu ma nak exactly la bëgg doon nak ba bëgg na inshallah di njëriñ suma dëkk ba pare di jël suma diine tamit di ko tassal ci dëkk bi dimbale daara.
I have not yet chosen a career, but I wish to benefit my country and to propagate my religion across the country, and to support daras. By Allah's will, what I will tell my fellow youth is that there is no regret in studying the Quran. If you don't see the benefit today, you will see them in the hereafter, where it can benefit your parents too.
The Quran, it has a lot of benefits because it can benefit you in this dunya and in the hereafter. And in the day of Qiyamah, Allah will put a crown on your parents' head. If you memorize the Quran, Allah will put a crown on your parents' head. And 70 people from your father's family and 70 from your mother's family will be forgiven by Allah and taken to Jannah. Yeah, that's why I choose to go to Arabic school and read the Quran.
The National Quranic competition has brought some hope and confidence in these students, who are delighted at the initiative by the Q Group through the leadership of its chairman, Mohamed Jah. These young Quranic reciters have used this opportunity to appeal to fellow youngsters to be determined and passionate about reading the Quran and the search for knowledge to prepare for the future. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Beautiful. Well, we wish them all the best of luck. Now, the Independent Electoral Commission has released the names of 14 candidates who will be contesting the upcoming by-elections in 4 wards in Brikama and Kanifing administrative areas. Omar Pijalo has the rest of that story.
The by-elections will all take place on Saturday, 14th May 2022, to fill vacancies in the Brikama Area Council and Kanifing Municipal Council. The councillorship by-election will be conducted in Bundung 6 Johnson Ward, London Corner Ward, Sanyang Ward and Marakisa Ward. Here is Pa Makankan, the Director of Training and Communication at the IEC.
As per the law, if you are holding an elected office, so the person needs to resign from that position. So in order to contest for the National Assembly election, 4 of the sitting ward councillors resigned their positions. These are in 4 wards. One was this Bundung 6 Johnson Ward, then the other was in Alon Corner Ward, then the other was in Sanyang Ward, then the other was in Marakisa Ward. So meaning that you had 4 councillors that resigned. And as per the law, as per the Elections Act and the Local Government Act, elections to fill this position should be conducted by the Commission within 2 months to fill in those vacancies.
Candidate nominations for the by-elections were conducted from the 25th to the 29th April 2022 at the IEC regional offices in Brikama and Kanifing. In the Bundung 6 Johnson Ward, 3 candidates are contesting on the NPP, PDOIS and independent tickets. In the London Corner Ward, NPP, PDOIS, UDP and 3 independent candidates are contesting. In the Sanyang Ward, only NPP and UDP are fielding candidates. While in the Marakisa Ward, 3 candidates from the NPP, UDP and independent will battle it out.
The Commission is poised to conduct by-elections for these 4 area council wards. 2 in the Kanifing municipality and 2 in the Brikama administrative area, so making it 4 wards. And this election will be conducted on the 14th of May to fill in these positions for these 4 wards.
Campaigning for the upcoming by-elections will be from the 2nd to the 12th May 2022. These by-elections came in the wake of the resignation of the sitting councillors who contested in the 9 April 2022 National Assembly election. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar P. Jallo.
And from the report there by Omar P. Jallo, we'll take a short commercial break, but the news continues when we return. Don't go away.
I am the light goddess. Everything I touch turns into light. I am the light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q-Power. I am Q-Cell. I am Sunibus. We innovate, others follow. Call 111 for more information.
Q Money, the biggest mobile money service in the Gambia, has taken mobile banking to the next level. Now, you can link your Q Money wallet with your bank account. Yes, link your Ajib or EcoBank accounts with your Q Money wallet and get instant access to your cash anytime. No need to queue at the bank anymore. Transfer funds from your bank account to your wallet or your wallet to your bank account using Q Money Bank Link is the fastest, most secure, and convenient way to transfer funds between your wallet and bank account. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from that commercial break. We remind that you're following QTV News and we're broadcasting live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the National Center for Arts and Culture on Friday signed a $4 million contract with Turekunda Construction for the rehabilitation and conservation of the Mungo Park Memorial Obelisk in Karantaba in the Central River region. More in this report.
The signing follows the completion of the necessary procurement procedures, which was won by the Turekunda Construction Company. It involves rehabilitation and conservation to add value to the Mungo Park Memorial Obelisk. Hasum Sise, the Director General of the National Center for Arts and Culture, reveals that improving the site will make it more productive in terms of revenue generation, promoting cultural and rural tourism, and protecting the legacy of the famous explorer for posterity.
Now, in 1805, he was again sponsored, and this time he said that he was not going to fail. He was going to start his journey from, Pisania, because there was a British doctor, Dr. Ledley, who was a classmate of Mungo Park, who was based in Pisania, in present-day Karantaba. So Mungo Park went there so as to, stay with him and buy the rice, the grains, and also to hire the porters, who will carry all his luggage and boxes and trunks, on his way to Mali. Then from Mali, to join the Niger there and to find the source of the Niger.
Mamadi Damfa, the Deputy Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, says improvement work at the obelisk could be a catalyst for expanding the country's tourism market around the world. DPS Damfa advised the contractor to deliver on time and in good quality.
These works are meant to conserve this site and to also add new attractions like the site museum, so that the visitor experience will be greatly enhanced. The rehabilitation is in line with the policy of the government of His Excellency, President Adama Barrow, to enhance the cultural and heritage sector to economic development and to project a strong Gambian cultural identity. The project also falls in line with the provisions of the new Arts and Culture Policy 2018-2027, which seeks to optimize the conservation of heritage sites for inclusive economic development through community-friendly tourism.
Alhaji Toure, the Managing Director of Turekunda Construction, gave an assurance of quality and timely completion of the project, which is 3 months.
We can promise and assure you that we are going to deliver as expected. We've been in this business for some time now, and then we've earlier been invited for a similar one at Kelbach, and this is the time for us to deliver.
The Mungo Park Memorial Obelisk is one of the historical attractions in the Gambia. The Memorial Park, within which it stands, was built in 1944 by the then governor to the Gambia, Sir Hilary Blood, to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the arrival of Mungo Park, a Scottish explorer, to the River Gambia region. Park was sent to discover the origin of the River Niger by the Royal African Society, but was unfortunately killed in Nigeria in January 1806. In 1796, he had written a popular and influential travel book titled Travels in the Interior Districts of Africa, in which he theorized that the Niger and Congo rivers might to become the same river. Since Karantaba, formerly called Pisania, was the spot he arrived in the Gambia and started his expedition, Sir Hilary Blood in 1944 built Mungo Park's Memorial Park in the same spot in his honor. Reporting for QTV News, I am Omar Pijalo.
And the report there by Omar Pijalo will lead us to international news in a moment. Now, after fasting for a month, Muslims around the world celebrated Eid al-Fitr. Now, the festive aura is felt everywhere with excitement, exclusive foods and traditions. We look at how various countries uniquely celebrated Eid 2022. Ajibintu Drame has more.
Eid is a holiday for Muslims and an important festival in the Muslim calendar. The one similarity shared among the Muslim Ummah is that Muslims dress up in new clothes and prepare or decorate their houses for Eid. Beside the usual celebrations, every country has a unique Eid tradition. In the Gambia, Eid preparations start off by well-off families buying a sheep or ram for the occasion, while others such as associations or individuals buy a cow or bull to share among families and the less fortunate. During the end of Ramadan, women go to the market at the Wanted to buy outfit for their children. Zakat, a form of obligatory charity, is given to the less fortunate during Eid in the morning. Muslims wear new clothes to attend congregational prayers at the mosque. After prayers, pleasantries are exchanged. The Gambia has a unique way of celebrating Eid. Both Muslims and Christians come together to celebrate the day in Muslim compounds, and families visit relatives, while children go door to receive gifts either in money or in kind. And Eid celebrations in the Gambia can last for days. In Malaysia, Malaysians celebrate the joyous occasion in their hometowns. Houses are traditionally decorated with pelita, oil lamps, and preparing traditional dishes such as ketupat, kuih raya, limang, rendang are popular dishes. As a month to show love and share, Malaysians have an open house approach, which is a long-standing tradition of Malaysia. In the US, Eid al-Fitr is celebrated a bit differently than in Muslim-majority countries. A variety of ethnic groups and nationalities make up America's Muslim population, and they are thus influenced by various cultures. Special Eid bazaars are held by Muslim communities a few days before Eid, where people can get henna done and purchase jewelry, clothing, and gifts in preparation for the Eid day celebration. Eid prayers are held in areas such as parks, stadiums, convention centers, and hotels to accommodate large crowds. After Eid prayers, donuts and coffees are often served. Some families spend Eid by going for brunch or having a small celebration at home, while community mosques often hold Eid carnivals featuring various rides, rock climbing, petting zoos, and festival food. Emiratis celebrate Eid in grand styles. The entire UAE ushers in new festivities in hundreds of events during the festive period. Uzi, a significant local dish that is prepared exclusively for the festivities, is made. It is a slow-cooked dish where succulent goat meat is mixed with rice and garnished with fried pine nuts. Muslims in China gather at the magnificent Yuji Mosque, the oldest and the largest mosque in Beijing, and also one of the most famous mosques in the world. After prayers, worshippers went to food and sweet shops with their family members to mark the Day of Blessings. Known as Lebaran, Indonesia celebrates Eid al-Fitr in grand style. People bake a traditional 1,000-layer cake called lapis legit. Hillcrafts bang drums, light up firecrackers, and carry torches in the streets on the eve of Lebaran. In Turkey, Eid al-Fitr is also known as Sika Bayram, which means the sugar feast. The rituals of Eid Bayram are mixed nationwide traditions, similarly to the Gambia. Following the prayers and family gatherings, children usually receive a range of Turkish delights. The celebrations end with people meeting, greeting, and celebrating the joyous occasion with their near and dear ones. Saudi share joy through several festive events and recreational activities. The country is extravagantly decorated as a part of celebrations. Family and friends usually get together for special Eid food and before it is being served. Kids of the family usually stand in front of every adult member of the family who gives real Saudi currency to the kids. There is one more unique tradition about Eid in Saudi Arabia. The locals leave huge quantities of rice and other stuff anonymously at the gate of the less fortunate. In Bangladesh, preparation of food to be eaten on Eid day begins several days in advance. Biryani, a spicy rice dish with meat, kebab, and numerous sweets are made. People living in the large cities, such as Dhaka and Chittagong, travel back to their home villages to spend Eid with close family members. The night before Eid al-Fitr, people go out to look for the new moon, which signifies the beginning of Eid and the new month of Shawwal. If the moon is sighted, it is confirmed. Women and children adorn themselves with henna, games, and elders give children Eid as form of monetary gift. Though the mode of celebrations, traditions, and cultures vary, there is a unity of spirit everywhere during Eid. Ajibintu Dwame, QTV News.
Well, I'm afraid that's all about it for this bulletin, but before we take a leave of you, here's a recap from main headlines. President Barrow today announced his new cabinet following a reshuffle, which includes the appointment of a new vice president. The champions and runners-up of the recently concluded National Quranic Competition, organized and sponsored by QCell, spoke to QTV about their educational and career ambitions. The Independent Electoral Commission has released the names of 14 candidates who will be contesting the upcoming by-elections in Brikama and Kanifing administrative areas. And the National Center for Arts and Culture has signed a $4 million contract with Turekunda Construction for the rehabilitation and conservation of the Mungo Park Memorial Obelisk in Karantaba. And in international news, we looked at various countries on how they uniquely celebrated Eid al-Fitr 2022 after fasting for a month. That is all for this bulletin. Do join us at 10 p.m. for more news. Until then, thanks for watching.